everyone. I'm Christine, and welcome to my very first video of my tiny retirement. Why is it tiny, you ask? Well, because we are selling the big house and going tiny. Turned out not to be the life of rest and relaxation and reflection on a life well spent that I thought it was going to be. And so I'm trying to just document that. There have to be more people out there that have realized that this is not your grandma's retirement. So I'm documenting mine anyway, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So why tiny? Why tiny? Well, we are selling the big house. We are moving to our camp in Maine, which is a 12 by 28 building. No electricity, no water, no cable. Yeah, none of those things are in there yet. We're going to be renovating that and making that a livable tiny house, 24/7, all 4 seasons. So we're documenting that on another website that we're calling Big Tiny Retirement, which kind of started, me realizing how much I'm actually doing and have on my plate. So we are doing that. That site is dedicated only to selling this house and that whole journey of going tiny. But that's just a part of what we're doing. So as you can see behind me, we're sprucing up. Why are we doing all of this? So that my husband can retire. I'm already retired, but now it's his turn, and we cannot afford for him to retire in this house. We refinance to make our mortgage payments lower, and invariably, within 4 or 5 years, every time, either due to taxes or insurance going up, our payment is right back where it was. And as long as it is that way, as long as that cycle continues, we can't afford for him to retire. It's just a house. We're getting rid of it. That was Stanley, as you saw. So that's what we're doing, and then you're stuck for 30 more years when you refinance, and so it's just a cycle. It's just a cycle. So we're getting out of it. We're getting out of that cycle. Let's see. I have notes here. I'm sorry. I want to make sure I don't forget anything. Okay, so I do have another channel going that will be coming up shortly, Big Tiny Retirement. There is a web page on that if you want to see the journey, and that is bigtinyretirement.com. It'll take you right to it. It's web page for now. We also have tinyretiredcooking.com. This site is not up and running yet, but we're working on it. We're doing that one because as you get older, your cooking needs change. As you retire, your activity is different, your dietary needs are different, your schedule is different, your activity level is different. It's a whole new ballgame out there. And also the fact is that the food that's out there now is not the food that your grandma cooked. And hello, I cook like my grandma did. And as you can see, I probably shouldn't have been doing that anymore. So we're working on that too. That's something on our plate, is we're also trying to change how we eat so that maybe we'll be healthier and lose some weight. And then we have, okay, let me back up for a second. We have quite a little mini homestead going here in New Hampshire. We have an orchard, we have chickens, we have a big vegetable garden, we have mastiffs, as you can see. Stanley just walked by here. We also have Roxy, so we have 2 mastiffs, we have a cat. Flower gardens, vegetable gardens, just a nice little mini homestead going here. We're going to recreate that. We're going to have probably 5 times more land than what we have here. So we kind of joke that we are, late steaders. We're a little older than your average homesteader, so we're calling ourselves late steaders, and thus latesteaders.com was created. That's not up and running yet, but it will be probably as we actually get into the tiny house and start doing our gardening. And yeah, that's it. That's it. I hope you will enjoy. Well, I'm sorry, this one's a little boring. It's just, you know, the very first one just to get me out there and say, okay, here's what we're doing. It's really just all of these things that I just mentioned. This site is just sort of going to encompass, you know, and touch on all of those from my perspective and what I do. If you want to see specifically what's going on, then, you know, you'll have the opportunity to go there and check those out. But if you're interested in watching the journey, ooh, sorry, camera. If you're interested in watching the journey, click like, give me a comment, tell me what you want to see. Even the comments will help, even if you just say, you know, hey, nice to see you, good luck, you know, all of that. Even that's going to help. And then click subscribe. Click subscribe, because there will be more videos coming. And with any luck, maybe I can get my husband on camera. He's not often big on the cameras. But we'll see. All right, thanks.